Welcome to another video from East Beds Bushcraft, the home of #survival.
Greetings bushcrafters and survivalists, it's Buzz here and we're back in a rather chilly noodle-torium today. Must admit I probably should have put my Aladdin heater on, but you know, the cooker will probably warm it up in a little bit. It's another noodle review, and it's a very dreek day, as the Scots would say, outside yet again. It's grey, dismal, cold. You can see the temperature in here, and it's pouring with rain. It's been pouring with rain all day, which is a shame because yesterday was a glorious day, and I had planned on doing a lot of outside jobs around the homestead today. Unfortunately, yesterday I was absolutely knackered because I've been away for a week with my son, and we've been filming on another, can't really tell you about it at all, but another blockbuster film, Hollywood film, and the two of us have been on there with another load of geezers doing our stuff, and we had literally dawn to dusk, get up, get there, film, finish, get back, get a couple hours sleep, back. And so by the time I got finished on Friday, I really didn't want to do anything Saturday. So Saturday would have been the optimal day for doing stuff, and it didn't happen because I was absolutely, we were both knackered. And today, well, I did want to do stuff, I can't. So I'm back in here doing, yes, a noodle review. And a noodle review brought to me by my friend, my good friend and fellow bushcrafter and prepper, Chaz, yet again. He dropped in and dropped off a couple of packs of noodles, and we are doing this. I'm very intrigued on this one. This is pork bone soup noodles, and this is a huge pack, and this is going to be a bit of an experiment because for the first time we have actually gone over the 500 milliliters to a 600 milliliter water requirement, which with the water in my Crusader cup plus what seems to be a rather hefty bag of noodles, we're going to see if it actually all fits in. Because again, we're pretending we're at camp, okay? Yes, I have got bigger pots, but I'm going to try it in the Crusader. Now, this was out of a pack of 5. It came from, of all places, TKMax is where he got it from. It's by a company, you probably don't understand what that says, but it says White Elephant, and this writing here says delicious and soup. So there you go. This is pork bone soup. And it's got a lovely picture on the front of a couple of bits of pork with the bones sticking out, and some sweet corn and peppers and a bit of mushroom in there. It all looks very nice. So we are meant to bring this water to the boil and then put the noodles in, I believe, because the instructions for doing these was actually on the 5-pack, and he's given me 1 pack, but Chaz was kind enough to send me through the instructions from the outside of the 5-pack. So we're going to put these in for 2 minutes and then add the vegetable packs, I believe. Wow, right, okay, so whether this was 1 cake of noodles, I do not know, but it's actually broken in half. So let's refer to the cooking instructions, because we need to get this as near as we can for the sake of the company who makes it. So let's have a look. Boom. Okay, so we've got to cook the noodles and vegetables in boiling water for 2 minutes. Okay, so the water's coming up, so we've got to cook those. So we've got to add the vegetables as well. Do that for 2 minutes, and then stir the noodles to make sure they're evenly heated and not tangled. Well, that's obviously very important. Come on, heater. Come on, cooker, shall I say. We need to get you on the boil, mate. I reckon what it is the gas temperature, gas pressure is down because of the cold. Gas pressure is down. I might have to do something that I haven't done on any of my previous videos and change the gas cylinder. I don't believe it's because the gas is low. Right, let's take this out. Makes this particular video far more exciting. Right, let's get this out of here. Oh, yeah, right. This is very full, but very cold. It's colder than the canister that I've got in my storage cupboard. So let's see if this helps at all. There we go. Got you lined up. We now have a far more vigorous flame on our cooker. You can actually hear it better now. Nothing wrong with that gas cylinder. As I say, it's probably half full, but it's cold. I like to keep all my gas cylinders in a steel cabinet, just for safety. Right, now we've got it going. So I hope all you ladies and gents are having a fine time out there. Still not been out on the canoe because I keep... Oh, look at this, it's boiling already. I've been keeping an eye on the river levels, and everywhere is just, in the UK, it's just murder at the minute. Right, let's turn this down a little. That didn't take long to boil. Right, so this is half the cake. Right, it's a big circular cake, it would have been. That's the second half. Let's turn that up a little bit more. Right, we have sauce packet, vegetable packet, oh, and a seasoning pack. But we still have more noodles. As I say, this is probably the biggest pack of noodles that I have done in my Crusader cup. We don't want it to boil over. Whoa, there she goes. Let's turn it down. Very difficult to get it nice. Right, it's in there. Okay, we've got to add the vegetables. It's a big generous packet of dried veg. Crikey. That's going to go everywhere. Oh, that's nice. I've got some yellows and greens and reds. Dehydrated vegetables. Really ought to get a timer on this. We've probably had a minute already, haven't we? We'll go over again. That is right on the edge of the cup. Jeez, right, let's start that. Okay, so we've definitely been cooking these probably for about a minute, I would imagine. So let's give it another minute. That's good. It looks nice with the vegetables in it anyway. Right, let's fast forward until we get to the next stage. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, we're only 2 minutes into this though, so I'm going to stop that because it said boil it for 2 minutes, add the noodles and the vegetables and cook it for 2 minutes, and then it said add the sauce pack and the seasoning pack. We actually broken that. Gosh, this is thick stuff. Oh wow, look at that. This is thick. It's like a paste. It's like a paste. Get as much of that out as I can. Right, that's the sauce pack. And then we have the seasoning pack. I'm going to start, because then we have to basically cook it for another 2 minutes, so 4 minutes in full for this pack. Okay, right, let's stir that in. So our seasoning packs are in there now. There we go. And that's on a nice little simmer. Bring that up a little, not too much. Right. Okay, so as I say, it came in a 5-pack, which was, if I believe, let's just check the price on that. Where do we go? Where do we go? Where do we go? There we go. Yeah. Right, so basically £1.20 a pack. £1.19, £1.20, nearly £1.20 a pack, just under. Okay, because it's in a 5-pack, and then we'll go back to there. Right, let's deal with the rubbish. Right, it's boiling away lovely. A bigger pack than we normally deal with. I'm impressed so far. That's a lot of noodles. Extra 100 millilitres of water. Right, so packaging, minimal, price £1.20, so you're above the pound mark, but not the most expensive. Let's get that in there. A little bit of seasoning on my spork there. Right. I didn't even need to fast forward this bit because 2 minutes has flown by. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the second time the Wise Noodle Owl has appeared in the same video, I believe. Brilliant. Okay, the Noodle Owl is done. We have cooked these for the full recommended amount of time. The cooker is off. Wow. So this is pork bone soup noodles. Well, I'm not being hit with an overpowering smell. Yes, yeah, maybe. Yeah, kind of porky smell to that. Let's have a look at the all important look at the noodles. Sweet. I actually did say in the instructions to stir them in that initial cooking process so they are not tangled. And then of course when something gets tangled it's because it's long, and we like a long noodle, so there you go. Right, we are at eating stage, so let's fast forward while I munch my way through these pork bone soup noodles from White Elephant. Yes! Jeez, wow, they took me an age to eat those. that extra 100 millilitres of soup, absolutely gorgeous. Now, these are not a spicy noodle in any way, shape or form, so if you're not a spicy fan, that's good for you. They are a light porky flavour, like you'd expect a chicken flavour, but they're porky, funny enough, because they are a pork bone supposedly flavour. They were lovely, really nice, and the Valkyrie visited me. Okay, not only is it kind of a combination this time, okay, sometimes when the Valkyrie, on their rare occasions where the noodle Valkyrie visits my taste buds, it's all about the taste. This time she appeared because yes, the flavour is good, but the quantity as well is amazing, and the dehydrated vegetables in there all unfolded into reasonably sized pieces of, best described as cabbage and carrot, which you could actually bite, and they were big enough to chew. They weren't just like, you know, dust vegetables that they tend to put in there just to give it a little bit of colour. You know, they were actually, you could chew them, you know, you could bite them. Really nice. Well, there you go. I think overall, seeing as that quantity is great, packaging minimum to take away from camp, cost £1.20. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Volume, brilliant. Soup, there was an absolute ton of soup in that. I mean, that on a cold day like this, and I find that I tend to try for the video's sake to eat maybe a little bit faster and drink the soup a little bit faster than I would normally, because, you know, I'm not sitting there at camp watching nature, watching a river go by, or, you know, whatever. Tend to chew through it a bit quicker, but the volume was superb, and the soup, loads of it, really, really warming. Yeah, I like this. Thank you, Chaz. So your white elephant pork bone noodles at £1.20, they are getting, for the first time in a while, a solid 10 out of 10. They scored on every front. Value, quantity, flavour, nice clean cup, no grit, noodles were long, noodles were good, everything. Huzzah! It's been a while, but here we are at a number 10 noodle. So yeah, if you get the opportunity to go to, of all places, TKMax and find yourself a 5-pack of white elephant pork bone noodles, give them a try. Let me know what you think. Stick it in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one.
Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video and subscribe to the East Beds Bushcraft channel. See you all again soon.